these units in the pool. I got bodies here.
By 11 a.m., police give the first indications that there are multiple fatalities inside. By 11:50 a.m., they announce most of the fatalities are children. It is almost unimaginable. 27 dead, 20 children. News of the second worst shooting in U.S. history smothers the country.
It was 9:35 in the morning when 29-year-old Caitlin Roy began her morning class.
When it happened, it was during our morning meeting. And literally right in the middle of that was when it started.
What started? What did you hear?
The shooting.
The task force comes less than a week after 20 children and 6 educators were gunned down by Adam Lanza, who was armed with an assault rifle and 2 handguns. The National Rifle Association has now broken its silence, saying it will hold a press conference on Friday and will make meaningful contributions so tragedies like Sandy Hook never happen again.
And the school is in a panic. I've got students down under the table, kids. Heads under the table.
When 2 students launch a deadly assault on Columbine High.
Oh, God. Stay on the line. Oh, God. Kids, just stay down.
How do you accidentally shoot your own wife?
Angry dad Tony throws a punch at mom's new boyfriend, Gary Schussler. In response, Schussler draws his gun. He then goes after Shelley.
You got a gun? You want to shoot?
Kicking her as she keeps filming. Somewhere in the struggle, Schussler drops his gun.
Here, I got the gun now.
And dad grabs it, leading to this. That's Shelley screaming in pain. Investigators say just after Tony Mulchek picked up the gun, it accidentally went off, striking his own wife. She was later flown to the hospital with a collapsed lung.
Are you going to shoot it or what? The ammunition? My client was on his own property protecting himself, and he did what anyone else would do to protect himself. It's just too bad a fight started and somebody got shot.
People are going to be very, very passionate about their weapons and very passionate about the Second Amendment.
What are your views on guns?
I think everyone should own one, unless they do something irresponsible and lose the right, constitutional right, to keep and bear arms.
How do you feel about the school shootings and different accidents that happen with guns every year?
Horrible. It doesn't happen every year.
Well,
it's a few crazy individuals who are mentally unstable, who unfortunately had access to their parents' firearms. They weren't responsibly secured by the legal gun owner. More people die in car accidents every year. Should we have car control? But it's every American's right to keep and bear arms.
The most important amendments to the Constitution, the right to bear arms. It's been in existence for hundreds of years, and it should remain in existence because of the fact that if it were to be taken away, the criminals would be the ones getting the guns and not legal citizens. The citizens that have gun permits that allow them to buy guns and to use guns are not the ones you need to fear. You need to fear the people that are criminals, and they will always be able to get guns regardless if there's an amendment or not an amendment. That's all I have to say.
Yes, I want to say that I'm a single mother and I live alone with my 17-year-old daughter. And I believe in gun control because if I wanted to get a license and get a gun to protect my family, then I would. And I believe everyone should have to go through the process of taking the course, waiting the 2 months before they get the gun. However, unfortunately, there are criminals who can buy a gun like that. And so what good is gun control?
Yes, I believe in the right to bear arms. But I do have a problem with assault weapons. So I do think we need an assault weapon ban. I feel like people do need to have their own protection in their home, but I do think the assault weapons, I don't understand why somebody would need that in their home that can mow down people in a matter of minutes. I just don't understand it, and I would love somebody to explain it to me. Thank you.
Are you pro-gun or anti-gun?
I'm a little of both, to be honest. I am pro-gun. Okay, I'll explain.
More of the anti-gun side.
The anti-gun side is the assault weapon ban. I think we need an assault weapon ban because I don't understand why people would need a machine gun for protection. That's just how I feel.
Across the country, retailers like Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods have stopped sales of the Bushmaster rifle used in Newtown. In California, lawmakers are proposing updates to the state's assault weapons ban, like requiring annual permit renewals for ammunition purchases and prohibiting bullet buttons, which allow guns to be easily reloaded with multiple rounds.
2 years ago today, 9-year-old Christina Taylor Green was the youngest of 6 people shot and killed at a Tucson, Arizona grocery store. In a new campaign, her mother is pleading for stricter gun laws.
I have one question for our political leaders. When will you find the courage to stand up to the gun lobby?
Her questions are part of a growing chorus of calls around the country for gun restrictions in the wake of a spike in gun-related murders in cities like Chicago and Detroit, and last month's tragedy in Newtown, Connecticut. A Gallup poll taken after Newtown shows more Americans, 58%, favor tougher rules on gun sales than at any time since 2004, up 15 points from 2011. And nearly two-thirds, 62%, say it's time to ban high-capacity ammunition magazines, the kinds often used in mass killings.
Yeah, England, Holland, Japan, Australia, India, no one has a gun. They had 20 or 30 gun murders all last year. We had 30,000, 40,000 woundings. There's no need for guns.
Well, how many people do you think would save if we banned rifles? How many people do you think die per year from rifles in the United States?
Enough.
So I think anyone who wants to own a gun and have the right to bear arms should have to go through the process of getting a gun license and going through the course and take what I think it takes 2 months in order to get the license. Otherwise, gun control really is useless. But I do believe in it.
Gabby and I are both gun owners. We are strong supporters of the Second Amendment, but we've got to do something to keep the guns from getting into the wrong hands.
A majority of Americans support laws requiring background checks before all gun purchases.